History celebrates heroes, kings, and geniuses, but every so often it also hands out gold medals for pure dumb luck. These are the people who shouldn't have survived, yet somehow did. Plane crashes, explosions, even atomic bombs. And they just walked it off. They didn't plan it. They didn't earn it. They just rolled a natural 20 in real life. You could call it fate. You could call it coincidence. Or maybe, just maybe, the universe glitched for a moment. Because today we're exploring the unbelievable stories of those who lived through the impossible. The woman who fell from the sky. Meet Vesna Vulovic, a 22-year-old Serbian flight attendant whose biggest worry that day was probably running out of coffee at 33,000 feet. Then, her DC-9 airliner exploded midair over Czechoslovakia in 1972. Everyone else on board, 27 passengers and crew, died instantly. But Vesna, she somehow stayed trapped inside a piece of the fuselage as it fell more than 6 miles. The wreckage hit a frozen slope, bounced through trees and landed in deep snow. And somehow, Vesna was alive, barely, but alive. Apparently gravity took one look at her that day and said, "You know what? Not my problem." She suffered a fractured skull, broken legs, crushed vertebrae, and slipped into a coma. Doctors said she should have died several times over, but within days she was conscious again. And in true main character energy fashion, she later returned to work for the airline, though she never remembered the crash itself. Because if you fall 33,000 feet and survive, clearly the logical thing is to keep flying. The man who survived everything. If luck were a superpower, Frane Salak would be the Avengers, the Justice League, and the entire casino combined. This Croatian music teacher somehow managed to cheat death 7 times and still had energy left to win the lottery. It all started in 1962 when a train he was on derailed and plunged into a freezing river. 17 people drowned. Frane? He swam to shore with a broken arm and a healthy dose of confusion. A year later, he boarded a plane for the first time. Mid-flight, the door blew off and passengers were sucked out. Frane, of course, wasn't wearing a parachute. But who needs one when the universe personally assigns you a safety bubble? He somehow landed in a haystack, completely fine. Over the next few decades, Frane's life became a montage of chaos. Car explosions, bus accidents, and being hit by a truck, all of which he walked away from like it was just another Tuesday. And just when you think his luck couldn't get any weirder, in 2003, at age 73, Frane won over $1 million in the lottery, because clearly surviving 7 near-death experiences just wasn't enough of a flex. He later gave away most of the money to friends and family, saying he'd already gotten everything he wanted, his life back, several times. The man who survived 2 atomic bombs, Tsutomu Yamaguchi, the only man officially recognized as surviving both atomic bombings. He was in Hiroshima for work when the first bomb dropped. Burned, deafened, and barely alive, he managed to escape home to Nagasaki, and 3 days later, another bomb struck. At that point, even death probably muttered, "You know what? Never mind." Miraculously, he survived both blasts, enduring burns, injuries, and radiation exposure, and went on to live until the age of 93. A living reminder that sometimes the universe is either extremely cruel or just really, really confused. The cosmonaut who got stuck in space. In 1971, Alexei Leonov became the first human to perform a spacewalk and nearly became the first human to die in space. His suit expanded like a balloon, and he literally couldn't fit back inside. He had to manually release air from the suit just to squeeze in. Imagine dying in space because your suit skipped leg day. And if that wasn't enough, their capsule malfunctioned during re-entry, forcing a crash landing deep in the Siberian wilderness. The luckiest assassin in history, Gavrilo Princip, the man who accidentally started World War I. The original assassination attempt failed. The Archduke's car escaped and a bomb missed its mark. Frustrated, Princip gave up and went to a cafe to cool off. Moments later, the Archduke's car took a wrong turn and stopped right in front of him. Imagine failing your mission and history just drives up to your table like, "Hey bro, wanna retry?" He fired 2 shots, and suddenly the 20th century was rewritten. The man who got struck by lightning 7 times. Roy Sullivan, a U.S. park ranger in Shenandoah National Park, holds a record that no one really wants. He was struck by lightning 7 times and lived to tell the story. Some of these strikes happened while he was driving, one while fishing, and even one right inside his own house. Each strike left him singed, bruised, and probably muttering under his breath. Well, that's inconvenient. At that point, Clouds probably had his GPS on speed dial, whispering, "Route update, target acquired." 7 strikes, 7 escapes. Enough to make meteorologists sweat and probably inspire at least one superstitious squirrel to move out of his park. Despite the constant threat from above, Sullivan lived a full career and even joked about his magnetism for lightning. Roy Sullivan didn't just survive, he thrived in the middle of danger that would stop anyone else dead in their tracks. He became a living legend, proof that sometimes the universe has a weird sense of humor, and it apparently really likes him. The coin flip that saved a life. Before a fateful flight in 1959, Buddy Holly and Richie Valens flipped a coin for a seat on a small plane, traveling to a concert. Valens won. He took the seat. The plane crashed. The loser, Waylon Jennings, lived, and later called it the day the music died. Sometimes the smallest flip of fate decides everything. A single coin, a fraction of a second, a lifetime changed forever. It wasn't skill, it wasn't planning, it was random chance, the universe handing someone a second life while rewriting history for the rest. Jennings went on to survive and thrive in music, while Valens, Holly, and the pilot became part of a tragic legend remembered for decades. It's a haunting reminder sometimes history isn't decided by talent, courage, or genius. It's decided by a coin toss, a roll of the dice, or sheer dumb luck. Timothy Dexter, the millionaire who got rich by accident. Timothy Dexter, born in 1747 in Massachusetts, was a man without formal education or business training, yet he became one of the richest men in early America. Despite repeated ridicule, people mocked him, saying, "Ship bed warmers to the West Indies." Dexter did exactly that, and they sold surprisingly as molasses ladles. Dexter also shipped coal to Newcastle, a city already known for its coal mines. When a miners' strike caused shortages, he profited once again. With his wealth, Dexter built a mansion adorned with statues of famous men, including one of himself. Dexter once faked his own death to observe who would mourn him. When his wife showed no grief, he revealed the truth. Dexter authored A Pickle for the Knowing Ones, a book without punctuation. When readers complained, he released a second edition, moving all punctuation to the end, leaving interpretation to the reader. The woman who won the lottery 4 times. Joan Ginther, the woman who literally made math cry. She won the lottery 4 times. Her odds? 1 in 18 septillion. That's a number so big even your calculator says, nah, too much. Meanwhile, the rest of us can't even win a free coffee, and she's over here breaking probability like it's a hobby. Each win was millions of dollars, but she didn't flaunt it. Quietly, she collected her prizes, smiled, and probably thought, odds? Pfft, I don't know her. Her story proves that sometimes luck isn't just a chance. It's a cosmic glitch reserved for a select few. Insane lucky people in history. Final thoughts. From Vesna Vulovic falling 33,000 feet without a parachute, to Franz Selak surviving 7 near-death experiences, to a coin flip saving Waylon Jennings' life. History isn't just about heroes, wars, or brilliant minds. Sometimes it's about the people who somehow cheat fate, again and again, as if the universe is playing some cosmic practical joke. These are the stories that make you ask, is luck just chance? Or is the universe occasionally malfunctioning in favor of a few chosen people? Because clearly, some humans come with built-in plot armor, so next time you narrowly avoid disaster, win a small lottery, or dodge a mundane mishap, remember? History is full of people who were way, way luckier than you, and somehow survived it all. If this video made you question reality, or just feel slightly jealous, you're not alone. Remember, history isn't always about the brave or the brilliant. Sometimes it's about the ridiculously lucky few. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe for more historical stories.